In Turkey, wild boars have become a growing danger, invading farmlands and threatening local residents as herds pour in from the forested borders of Bulgaria and Greece. With the situation worsening, authorities turn to experienced hunters like us. What challenges awaited in this high-stakes pursuit? Let's dive into the heart of the hunt. As soon as we secured our positions, the entire team locked and loaded, bracing for what we knew could be a sudden encounter. And it didn't take long. Out of nowhere, a massive herd of wild boars burst from the thick brush, their dark bodies moving like a tidal wave across the clearing.
Geriden gelenler çok küçük.
According to wildlife studies, a single wild boar herd can contain 20 to 50 animals, depending on food availability. The first shots rang out instantly, echoing through the woods, but the boars scattered in every direction, using their well-known speed and unpredictability. We quickly regrouped, coordinated over our radios, and executed a surrounding maneuver to block their escape routes. Suddenly, a new alert came through the walkie-talkie. Another group had been spotted downhill. Without hesitation, we opened fire once more. The powerful bursts of gunfire sent the animals into a wild frenzy, forcing them to flee even faster. We managed to keep one boar within our sights, but it proved remarkably resilient. Even after several well-placed shots, the boar managed to slip into dense cover. Climbing to a higher vantage point, we finally got a clear shot at the largest boar in the group, likely the dominant male, often referred to as the sounder leader. One precise pull of the trigger brought the beast down, sending the remaining herd into a panic as the gunfire echoed relentlessly across the landscape.
Atın onu.
As we continued the pursuit, the intense afternoon sun began to take its toll, but we stayed focused. Suddenly, movement in the underbrush caught our attention, a lone boar attempting to evade detection. I calmly adjusted my aim, carefully lined up the shot, and gently squeezed the trigger. Startled, the boar tried to bolt in a new direction but collapsed after only a few steps. On our way back to the vehicle, another opportunity presented itself. A hidden boar darted from the cover, but Jesse reacted with steady precision, dropping it instantly with a single well-aimed shot. Later, Elwyn and I pushed deeper into the rugged mountain terrain, where the real challenge awaited. No sooner had we begun our climb when our hunting dogs erupted in loud, determined barking. They had cornered a massive boar attempting to hide in the dense foliage, aggressively fending off the dogs. Elwyn moved in swiftly, and with a perfectly timed shot, brought the beast down.
Kadir'le sizin aranızda.
6'da.
Despite our experience, each hunt reminds us of the wild boar's intelligence and adaptability. They're known to outsmart hunters by memorizing escape paths and using the terrain to their advantage. Thanks to the sharp instincts of our dogs and the coordination of the team, we managed to wrap up another successful hunt as we approached Elwyn's house, with the final shot bringing down one last boar and closing the chapter on another intense day in the field.
Kulağından geliyor da gidiyor da.
O tamam.
O da tamam.
O da tamam.
Every time I return to Turkey for wild boar hunting, the thrill feels brand new. The Anatolian mountains, known for their rugged beauty and challenging terrain, set the stage for these intense expeditions. Here, hunting isn't just a hobby, it's a tradition deeply rooted in local culture. The hunters operate with impressive professionalism, forming well-organized teams where each member has a specific role. In Turkey alone, wild boar populations have grown significantly due to favorable habitats and limited natural predators, with estimates suggesting tens of thousands roam these mountains. Today, I joined one such group, ready to face both nature's beauty and its unpredictability.
Köpekler çok yakın.
As we took our positions and scanned the distant slopes, a wild boar suddenly burst into view, sprinting downhill in a desperate escape attempt. Without losing a second, we shifted swiftly to intercept it at a strategic location. The massive animal charged ahead, completely unaware of the ambush it was running into. My first shot struck, but the boar still had fight left. A quick second shot brought it down for good, ending the first successful encounter of the day. But before we could even catch our breath, another boar appeared, dashing toward the tree line. I fired instinctively, the first bullet only grazed it. Kicking up dust as it struggled to flee, the boar finally collapsed after a final, well-placed shot.
Hı hı.
The mountain echoed with the sounds of shouting hunters, barking dogs, and distant gunfire, a clear signal that the chase was far from over. As we advanced, another powerful boar charged directly at us. Timing was everything. I steadied my aim and squeezed the trigger. One clean shot brought it down instantly. Meanwhile, on the opposite ridge, my teammates were locked in pursuit of a particularly large and cunning boar. Wild boars are capable of reaching speeds up to 30 miles per hour and can weigh over 300 pounds, making them formidable opponents. Despite its agile maneuvers, our coordinated tactics cornered the beast. From our elevated position, we finally landed a decisive shot, ending the intense chase. Descending along a narrow mountain trail, a faint rustle caught my attention. Years of experience have sharpened my instincts, and I quickly identified the source. A lone boar was creeping through the underbrush. I raised my rifle and waited. Within moments, it emerged into clear view. Without hesitation, I pulled the trigger, striking it in a vulnerable spot. The boar collapsed instantly, motionless against the rocky terrain. Each hunt in these Anatolian wilds not only demands skill and precision, but also reminds me of the wild boar's resilience and the careful balance between man and nature.
Şu tarafa geç.
In recent years, reports of wild monkey sightings across parts of the United States, especially in states such as Florida, where rhesus macaque populations have grown rapidly, have sparked growing concern among farmers and rural communities. Wild monkeys can wreak havoc on farms by invading orchards, destroying crops like corn and vegetables, and even spreading harmful parasites and diseases that pose a threat to both livestock and humans. Their sharp intelligence makes them especially difficult to stop, and their destructive behavior often results in millions of dollars in crop damage each year. So in your opinion, what consequences do these problems have for people in the long run? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below so others can join the discussion. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support us on our journey to discover hidden stories about rural America. To address this situation, the U.S. government has implemented coordinated measures with licensed wildlife hunting organizations to control unusual outbreaks of wild monkey populations, especially in subtropical regions. This is not just an invasive species removal operation, but an organized campaign, carried out based on science and state-approved procedures. This process includes steps such as field surveys, habitat analysis, choosing the right time and using modern equipment, all of which are carried out under the guidance of experienced hunters and a deep understanding of wild monkey behavior. So what kind of guns do hunters often use to hunt wild monkeys? Rifles such as the Ruger American Ranch and AR-15 are among the most commonly used, often chambered in .223 Remington or .22-250 because of their flat trajectory and low recoil, providing longer range accuracy without causing undue damage to animals or the surrounding environment. These rifles are light, portable, and suitable for both open areas and dense foliage. Silencers are often used, not for secrecy, but to reduce noise and avoid scaring nearby targets. But guns alone cannot have a successful hunt. Hunters often equip themselves with thermal sights, GPS trackers, rangefinders, and deodorizing sprays, all necessary to detect and approach intelligent and alert animals. Optics, rangefinders, and thermal imaging sights also play important roles in ensuring humane and effective kills. Even the camouflage was chosen precisely, not only for the terrain but also for the season and lighting conditions. Preparation is the key to any successful hunt, and when it comes to hunting wild monkeys, it starts days, sometimes weeks, in advance. Hunters first identified potential hot spots through local reports, historical sightings, and camera footage. Wild monkeys tend to prefer areas with lots of fruit trees, dense bushes, and water sources, usually within 1 to 2 miles of their food supply. They are highly adaptable and tend to form patterns, often moving at dawn or dusk to avoid human activity. Due to their intelligence and tight social structure, monkeys are notoriously elusive. Therefore, hunters rarely go alone. Instead, small, silent groups are the norm, allowing for better area coverage while minimizing disturbance.
Don't like to keep still, so you may range them in one spot.
Good skills are more important than strength or equipment. Tracking requires detailed observation, an understanding of animal behavior, and recognition of signs such as broken twigs or fresh droppings. Camouflage is very important, as monkeys have keen eyesight and hearing. Patience plays a huge role. Sometimes hunters have to wait for hours without moving. Shot placement is also essential. Monkeys are smart and agile, so knowing where to aim and when to pull the trigger is important. Furthermore, safety is also a top priority. Dealing with unpredictable wildlife and navigating rough terrain requires flexibility and emergency preparedness. On each hunting trip, the hunter can hunt from 1 to 3 monkeys, depending on the level of concentration, the hunter's skills and support equipment. Areas with many wild animals are often discovered thanks to survey camera systems, information from local people or conservation agencies. Despite their good adaptability, wild monkeys are not aggressive towards humans, which is both beneficial and harmful during hunting. On the one hand, this behavior means they are unlikely to lunge or attack, which minimizes physical risks.
Yep.
On the other hand, their cautious, quick-witted nature makes them extremely difficult to approach without being detected. Firearm hunting in the United States comes with its own set of regulations, requiring licenses, background checks and ethics training, especially near populated or protected areas. The balance between efficiency and responsibility is something every hunter must keep in mind. Of course, hunting wild monkeys with a rifle has both advantages and disadvantages. On the one hand, it is a proven method to help balance ecosystems, protect crops and prevent the spread of disease. It also provides research data to conservation agencies. But it is not without its challenges. Hunters must deal with unpredictable weather, difficult or dangerous terrain, and strict regulations designed to protect other wildlife. Public perception is also a factor. Many people are still unaware of the balance required to humanely manage invasive species. However, it should be emphasized that all hunting activities, whether licensed or not, must be strictly controlled to protect wild monkey populations in the wild. Widespread, uncontrolled hunting can lead to a serious decline in the number of species, even threatening their existence. Therefore, authorities and animal protection organizations need to coordinate closely to build sustainable solutions, instead of relying on hunting as a long-term solution. So what about you? Do you agree with the solution proposed by the US government? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. If you find this video interesting and useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support us.